This is Hannibal here from thehannibaltv.com. First, I'll report that Brian Dixon, who ran All Star Wrestling in the UK, who I wrestled for in 2008, we actually had a pretty good record. I defeated Doug Williams there. I was there with Mason Ryan, PCO, Rene Dupree, and others. That's a picture from the time I was there. I did not have a good experience with him. He paid about £60 a night. The trips were long. They didn't like to stop to go to the bathroom. Sometimes you'd get home at 6 or 7 in the morning, and he made a rule where you couldn't close the blinds because they were antique blinds. Which was the point where I ended up quitting there. But also he wouldn't turn the heat on at night, and then he would cut. The only time the heat would be on in the house at the point that I was there was when he came in to work in the office. When he was in the house, and I was there during the winter months. So my experience with him, I did not really enjoy. Although I'm glad I had the experience of traveling around England a bit. One of the things I remember was when we drove by Stonehenge, and he's like, "There's Stonehenge," as we passed by it. But yeah, I guess his grandson has taken over the company now or something, according to reports. Some people who I guess maybe made more had better experiences, but I didn't make more than 60 a night. MJF was at the media scrum. I don't know if this is an angle or not, but he was saying that the company is basically an indie company. He was talking about Triple H and Tony Khan. Not sure if he's going to be at Forbidden Door. I don't quite get the angle of insulting the company. I don't know if it is an angle or just wrestlers speaking out publicly negatively about the company, which there's a history with AEW. I don't quite know, but it doesn't make me want to watch. Apparently, in this same press conference, Tony Khan would not confirm or deny if CM Punk is going to be at Collision. All out ticket sales in the UK are at around 65,000 now, and the gate's around 8 million. Khan mentioned that he has spoken to Goldberg recently, but didn't mention whether or not there was anything more to it than that. He just said they had mutual friends. I think Goldberg would be the best guy that they could hire. I'm not a fan of these let's diss the company like angles. I don't see the benefit of it, but whatever. MJF is making a lot of money. I admire his kayfabe gimmick. Orange Cassidy apparently was talking at this same media scrum, by the way. So his gimmick of non-talking was kind of broken in this media scrum. But anyways, that's about it for the news right now. Other people that, by the way, wrestled for All-Star Wrestling over the years were TJ Wilson, Bryan Danielson, Sami Zayn. I remember they brought Apocalypse, who was Rick Victor, over, but you had to pay your own plane ticket to go there. But he would pay you, and you could live in the house that was called the Digs. And I remember Rick Victor. He ended up coming back with a work visa, but when he first came there, they tried to get him in without a work visa, and he ended up just sitting in like customs for hours and then having to go back to Canada. I remember that was a brutal story about wrestling over there, and you're wrestling in Butlins camps, which are like holiday camps, which are hard to describe, but it's basically in the UK. There's like camps where like 3,000 people or so come, and they stay in cabins, and there's entertainment, and one of the contracts that Brian Dixon had were these Butlins contracts. So I don't know if there was 9 Butlins or how many there were, maybe more, but you would travel around to all these Butlins camps to put on events. and there would also be regular shows here and there. So again, my experience wasn't the best, but sorry about his passing. That should definitely affect UK wrestling, because he was one of the promoters where you could still work full time for up until at least the pandemic. I don't know if he was how often he was running in recent years, but when I was there, you could wrestle like 7 times a week because of the Butlins camps, sometimes twice a day, and get the 60-pound payoffs, which isn't much, but you can make a living off of it.
Thank you for watching the Hannibal TV. Please like this video if you enjoyed it and click the subscribe button.